Michael Jordan is an icon, a legend, a once-in-a-generation type of athlete that took over the hearts and minds of the entire world. And in this video, we're going to be looking at what exactly made him so successful so that maybe some of that can rub off on us as well. So strap yourself in and let's get to it. So today we're going to be discussing 6 key traits that made Michael so sensational and so incredible at basketball. And what you'll notice is that they're all based around his mindset. They're all based around his philosophy of life. Sure, he had natural talent, but talent can only take you so far. At some point, it's not just about your physical capacity to do something, but it's about your mental capacity that's going to push you to improve every day. And before we start, please do hit that like button and subscribe down below. So starting with number 1, we have a statement from Michael's former trainer, Tim Grover.
Michael's mindset into training was extremely unique. I mean, the most competitive individual I've ever met, never wanted to lose at anything, always felt like somebody else was going to outwork him, so he wanted to outwork them.
The most competitive person he had ever met. This is a massive statement because not only did Tim train Jordan, but he also trained Kobe, D. Wade, and Charles Barkley, all of whom are incredibly competitive in their own right.
Have you ever met anyone that you felt was as competitive as you are?
No. I just feel that my competitive drive is far greater than anyone else that I've met.
This is not to be understated because whatever we want in life, we actually have to go out there and get it. No one is going to give us what we want, and we're going to have to compete with others who want the exact same thing. And at the end of the day, it's your internal desire to obtain something that matters the most. To keep fighting even when the odds are stacked against you. That is what will ultimately allow you to achieve your goals. Now, to add to this idea of competitiveness, Michael was also a firm believer in practice.
When I got to the pros with Kevin Lockery used to put me on the starting 5. We used to be killing the second 5. But he wanted to test me out. So let's say we're going to 8, and it can be 5-1 or 5-2 against the second team. And if you lose, you got to run. He would switch me in the middle of the game to the second team. And I'm saying, well, okay, you trying to prove a point. Boom, we'll bounce back and win the game. Those are all training tools for me. So when the game comes, there's nothing that I haven't already practiced. It's a routine.
You see, that competitiveness drove Michael to want to practice so that, as you saw, he would be prepared for whatever happened in the game. So the second trait here is work ethic, and Michael's work ethic is second to none. And this is the exact opposite of another great basketball player by the name of Allen Iverson.
I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. Well, Coach, I mean, listen, we're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice. How the hell can I make my teammates better by practicing? I make them, they're supposed to be used to playing with me anyway.
Now, AI is another one of my favorite basketball players growing up, and he's absolutely one of the best of all time. But it can be argued that had he taken practice a little more seriously, he could have made an even greater impact during his career. Maybe he could have even won a championship or 2. That said, let's get back to Jordan and his work ethic.
Work ethic eliminates fear.
Yes.
So if you put forth the work, then what are you fearing? You know what you're capable of doing, what you're not.
Life wasn't easy. You didn't come from a wealthy family, did you?
No. And my family was pretty much hardworking. My mother, when I was young, had 2 jobs. My father had 2 jobs. I learned the hard work ethics that he basically used to live our lives.
So this again reiterates the idea that natural talent will only get you so far. You also have to develop a mindset of hard work because that is what's actually going to help you to continue to improve. Moving on, we see Michael talk about this third very crucial trait for success.
You know, even today, I still have that feeling. If you didn't get paid a dime, we still play the game of basketball somewhere. So the love of the game is something that either you have or you don't. You either love the game for what it's about, not for what it provides.
So a love for one's craft. I think this is something that oftentimes gets overlooked. There are plenty of people who are incredibly good at what they do, but if they don't genuinely love that thing, then it can lead to burnout or a lack of desire to continue to improve at their craft. Moving on, we see Michael talk about something that I was honestly pleasantly surprised to hear him talk about.
I like to be known as just one of the guys, you know, just one of this team. We did this together. Michael didn't do it by himself. You know, when we won the championship, I remember when Disney people came to me and said, well, could you do this? I'm going to Disneyland. You know, what would you do after you just won a championship? I'm going to Disneyland. And I said, I will not do it unless you include the starting five, because I didn't do this by myself.
Humility. That can be an extremely rare trait, particularly in those who are very, very good at what they do. Many times success brings out the worst in people. They get a big head and they start to look down on others. But not Michael.
I want to get away from being that individual that stands out above them. I want to be a part of them. I think that was one of the reasons that when I went up to get my MVP award, I wanted them to come with me, because they were the reason I actually won. And that was very touching for me. And when they said that they were going to go out there and help me receive this, you know, I did all I could just to hold back the tears.
You see, the ability to be humble, even in the face of great, enormous success, will only help to bring about more success. Particularly in a sport like basketball where you have to play as part of a team, if you share the spotlight with your teammates, then that's only going to help them to respect you more. So Michael's teammates understood that he appreciated them. This helped to boost their confidence and it increased their liking for Michael, all of which strengthened the camaraderie and helped the team play even better. Now, speaking of confidence,
have you ever gone on the court and been afraid?
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid.
Have you ever been intimidated by anybody?
Never. I mean, these guys put on their shorts just like me. I don't fear anyone on the basketball court.
It's obvious that confidence and having a deep sense of self-belief is one of the keys to being successful. And one of the best ways to gain confidence is, like we heard from Michael before, to practice. If we practice for everything that we'll see in the game, then nothing will surprise us, and we'll feel much better and much more confident that we'll be able to win. And that goes for any goal in life, whether that be basketball, some other sport, or even something completely unrelated like your ability to sell or even painting. We have to believe in ourselves. And finally,
I never feel that I'm at my best. I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
so there's something called a growth mindset. It's a theory that was developed by an American psychologist by the name of Carol Dweck. And Carol explains that individuals can be placed into one of two categories, either those with a fixed mindset or those with a growth mindset. A fixed mindset is where you believe that your ability to achieve something is based on natural talent, and you see failure as you lacking that natural talent. And a growth mindset is where you believe that you can achieve no matter what you set your mind to, as long as you put in the work, regardless of your natural talent. And this growth mindset is clearly something that Michael had. He believed that he could get better, even when people were telling him that he was the greatest basketball player in the entire world. He always knew that he could improve his game. And that sort of mindset is something that we can all benefit from, regardless of what our goals are. So to summarize, Michael's key traits for success include competitiveness, hard work ethic, a love for our craft, humility, confidence, and a growth mindset. If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like and subscribe button right there, and I will see you next time.